Dear students, welcome to the first session on the chapter Admission cum Retirement. Before this, we have completed two chapters. The first one is Admission of a Partner and the second one is Retirement of a Partner. Now this third chapter, Admission cum Retirement, is the combination of those two chapters. In the sense, here, admission and retirement take place simultaneously in a firm. Let's say there are two partners, A and B. They were the partners in a partnership firm carrying on partnership business. Now B has decided to retire from the firm. So B is retiring. Who is remaining now? Only one person or one partner, A, is remaining. But can one person carry on the business of partnership? No, at least there must be two persons, okay, or two partners. So now what will happen if B is retiring? Only one person will remain. That is why they will admit one more new person, C, as the partner. So in the future, A and C will continue the partnership business because they are going to be the partners in the reconstituted firm. So here what has happened now? B has retired from the firm and C has been admitted in the place of B. So retirement and admission has took place simultaneously. One person or one partner is retiring and in his place very same day or the very next day one more new person will be admitted into the firm as a partner who will continue with the remaining partner, and in the future they will continue the business of the firm. So here this is the meaning of admission cum retirement, where the admission and retirement is taking place simultaneously. Actually, it should be other way around. It should be retirement cum admission, because we have to show all the adjustment entries for retirement first and then for admission of a partner. Okay. With this introduction, let's see the literal meaning of admission cum retirement. Sometimes a partnership firm may have to be reconstituted when one partner retires and a new partner is admitted. That's what we discussed now. One person or one partner is retiring from the firm and in his place the new partner is admitted. Okay. In that case, the accounting procedure to be followed in the case of admission and retirement should be applied simultaneously. For the retirement of a partner, whatever the accounting adjustment entries we have done in the second chapter, that should be done here. At the same time, for the admission of a partner, whatever the adjustment entries we have done in the first chapter, that should be done. So here, the adjustment entries or accounting treatment with regard to retirement and admission, it has to be done simultaneously. Simultaneously means at the time we have to do all the transaction, all the adjustment entries. Okay, the accounting treatment for the retirement of the partner should be given first and then the treatment for the admission should be applied. That's what I said. It should be other way around, retirement come admission, because we are showing the adjustment accounting entries with regard to retirement first, and then after that partner is retired, in his place we are going to admit the new partner. Okay, now we need to understand what are the steps we have to follow at the time of retirement come admission or admission come retirement. The first step will be preparation of revaluation account, as we have prepared in the previous two chapters. In the same way, for showing the effect of revaluation of assets and liabilities, we are going to prepare the revaluation account or memorandum revaluation account. Now here I gave the example of two partners, A and B. Okay, they are the old partners, and in the future A and C are going to be the partners in the new firm in future. Okay, let's see where you have to show which adjustments. This is in case of old firm and this is in case of new firm. Coming to the first one, the result of revaluation account. Okay, the result of revaluation account has to be transferred to old partners. Okay, A and B's account in their old profit sharing ratio. C will not have any share in that, whether it is profit or loss. It should be transferred to only A and B, the partners in the old firm, their account in their old profit sharing ratio. Then allocation of accumulated profits and reserve, the general reserve or any other kinds of accumulated reserve or profit and loss account, debit or credit balance. Again, it should be transferred to A and B's account because they were the old partners and those reserves have been created when they were the partners. Okay. Again, here also C will not have any share in that. Coming to the third one, treatment of goodwill. In that again we can see three divisions. The first one is writing of existing goodwill. The goodwill which is given in the balance sheet, it It means there is existing goodwill appearing in the books of the firm that should be completely written off. Now while writing off also you have to write off to the accounts of old partners A and B, because that was the goodwill created when they were partners. A and B were partners. Okay, it should be written off to the old partners capital account in the old profit sharing ratio. Then coming to the second division here, entry for revaluation of goodwill on retirement to the extent of retiring partner share should be passed in the gain ratio. So here as we did the adjustment in case of second chapter retirement, out of the total revalued goodwill we are showing the adjustment only with regard to retiring partner share, and that adjustment is done in the gain ratio. But here if you see, if A is if there were two partners A and B, if B is retiring, only one person, before the admission of C only one person will be there, okay, that is A. So the entire compensation has to be given by A to B. So there is no question of calculating gain ratio in this kind of cases, because if one person is remaining, he has to give the entire compensation to the retiring partner. So there is no question of calculating the gain ratio. Okay. Similarly, entry for revaluation of goodwill on the admission to the extent of new partner share should be passed, and that will be done in the sacrifice ratio. You have seen this adjustment in the case of first chapter, that is admission of a partner. When new partner is admitted into an existing partnership firm, he has to give compensation to the old partners. But now when B has already retired, after his retirement you are showing the adjustment for admission. Who is there in the firm now? Only one partner is there. So C, the new partner, has to give the compensation to only one partner A. So there is no question of using either sacrifice ratio or gain ratio. So only one person at the time of retirement, A has to give compensation to B, the retiring partner, and then at the time of admission, C has to give, that is the new partner has to give compensation to the one remaining partner, that is A. The ratios will come only when there are two persons. Okay, if there is only one person who has to give compensation or who has to receive compensation, there is no question of using the ratio. The entire compensation will be given to the same person. When we solve the question, you will understand. Settlement, then the next adjustment is settlement of retiring partners account. So we have to see how the retiring partners account is settled, whether the entire amount will be paid in cash or it will be transferred to his loan account, which will be paid in future. So whatever the adjustment given in the question, on the same way we have to settle retiring partners account. And then adjustment of capital on adjustment admission. So at the time of C's admission, the new partner's admission, how the capital of the new firm should be, and on that basis how they are going to do the capital adjustment. So all these are the various steps to be followed at the time of retirement come admission or admission come retirement. Now let us take up the first question so that we can understand all these procedures. Satish and Nitesh were partners sharing profits equally. So there were two partners, Satish and Nitesh, and their old profit sharing ratio was equal, in the sense 1:1. It was agreed that Satish should retire from the firm as on 31st March 2015 and Naresh should join the firm as on 1st April 2015, and he should be entitled to one third of the profits. Balance sheet as on 31st March 2015 was as follows. On the asset side, we find cash at bank, data, furniture, building and goodwill. On the liability side, we have Satish, capitals of Satish and Nitesh, and sundry liabilities. On that date, the goodwill was valued at 22,000. Building at 24,000. It was also agreed that enough money should be introduced to enable Satish to be paid out and leave rupees 10,000 cash by way of working capital. Nitesh and Naresh were to provide such sums as would make their capitals proportion to their share of profits. Satish agreed to make a loan to Naresh by way of transfer from his capital account half of the sum or half of the amount which Naresh had to provide. Nitesh and Naresh paid the cash due from them and the amount due to Satish was paid out. Prepare revaluation account, partners capital account, bank account and redraft the balance sheet. Question, it is given that there were two partners, Satish and Nitish, who were sharing the profits equally. So there were two partners, Satish and Nitish. Satish and Nitish, and they were equal partners. So the old profit sharing ratio between Satish and Nitish was 1:1. So this is the old profit sharing ratio. Now Satish should retire from the firm as on 31st March 2015, and then Naresh has to join the firm as on 1st April 2015, and he will be entitled for profit of 1/3 in the future. So Satish is retiring from the firm. Who is the remaining now? Nitish is remaining in the firm, and who is going to join him? Naresh is going to join. The share of Naresh will be 1/3. What is the remaining share then? 2/3. So the new profit sharing ratio between Nitish and Naresh is 2:1. So this is the new profit sharing ratio. Old profit sharing ratio is 1:1. So these are the informations given in the question. On the asset side, we find cash at bank, datas, furniture, building, goodwill. On the liability side, capitals of two partners Satish and Nitish and sundry liabilities. That date, the goodwill was valued at 22,000 and building at 24,000. We have read the entire question. Nowhere we have come across any other transaction relating to revaluation of assets and liabilities. Okay, there are only two items. The first one is revaluation of goodwill and the second one is revaluation of building. But revaluation of goodwill has a separate treatment. We have to now take into consideration only revaluation of building while preparing the revaluation account. Coming to buildings, the book value was 20,700, but now it is revalued at 24,000. So there is increase in the value of building by 3,300. Okay, if you are preparing the revaluation account, only one transaction will appear in the revaluation account, that is buy buildings account for the increase of building. Then we are going to close the revaluation account. We get the same balancing figure, and this represents net profit which will be transferred to old partners Satish and Nitish account in the old profit sharing ratio, that is 1:1. Okay, this is regarding the revaluation account. Then the other adjustment is with regard to the goodwill treatment. There is already existing goodwill of 10,000 which should be written off completely to the old partners capital account, that is Satish and Nitish. Okay, and in which ratio we are writing of that? In the old profit sharing ratio. So the entry will be Satish account data, Nitish account data to goodwill account. Satish capital account data, Nitish capital account data to goodwill account. 10,000 is distributed in the old profit sharing ratio of 1:1. So this you have to show in the working note. First working note with regard to goodwill. Under that, first subdivision is with regard to writing of the existing goodwill. Then coming to the revalued goodwill, which is given in the question, to the extent of 22,000 it is revalued, out of which we have to show the retiring partner's share of goodwill as well as new partner's share of goodwill. First we have to show the adjustment with regard to retiring partner's share of goodwill. So there were two partners, Satish and Nitish. Satish is retiring and only one person has been remaining in the firm. We have not spoken or we have not shown any adjustment with regard to admission now. There were two persons or two partners, Satish and Nitish. Satish has retired, only one person has remained in the firm as a partner. So now who has to give compensation to whom? In the second chapter, if one person is retiring, there were two remaining partners. That is why two remaining partners were to give compensation to the retiring partner in the gain ratio. But that is not going to happen here. There were two partners, one is retiring and only one is remaining, because we have not yet spoken about the admission. So who has to give compensation to whom now? One remaining partner, Nitish, has to give compensation to the one retiring partner, Satish. So we are not going to make use of the gain ratio. Gain ratio will come into picture only when there are two remaining partners. Okay. So whatever the compensation should be given, that should be given directly by Nitish to Satish, by the remaining partner to the retiring partner. So now let's see what is the compensation to be given. The revalue figure is 22,000. What is retiring partner share of profit? It is 1/2. So you have to calculate here 22,000 into 1/2. It comes to 11,000. So what is the entry you are going to write? Remaining partners capital account data to retiring partners capital account. That is Nitish's capital account data to Satish's capital account. So the narration would be retiring partner share of revalued goodwill is adjusted. Now, after you have shown the adjustment with regard to retirement, only one person is there, that is Nitish, And now you are showing the adjustment with regard to admission. Naresh has joined Nitesh and there are two partners now, Nitish and Naresh. But when Naresh is joining, he has to give some compensation to Nitish for sharing his profit in the future. So Naresh has to give compensation. The total revalued goodwill is how much? Same one, 22,000. The new partner has to give compensation. What is the new partner share in the profit in the future? 1 by 3. So you have to calculate 22,000 into 1 by 3. So it comes to 7,333. In the first chapter you have come across this adjustment, but there were two old partners to whom one new partner was giving the compensation. So that was done in the sacrifice ratio. But that is not going to happen here because there is only one remaining or the old partner who should be given compensation by the new partner. So we are not making use of sacrifice ratio here. So the new partner is giving the compensation to the remaining partner or the old partner, Nitish. So what is the entry we have to pass here? New partner's capital account data to remaining partner or old partner's capital account. So Naresh capital account data to Nitish capital account 7,333. So this is regarding the goodwill treatment. I'll explain once again. Out of the existing goodwill which is given in the balance sheet on the asset side, it should be completely written off by way of transferring or writing off that to the old partners capital account. Old partners are Satish and Nitish, and it should be done in the old profit sharing ratio, that is 1:1. Then out of the revalued figure 22,000, we have to show the adjustment with regard to retiring partner share as well as new partner share. Retiring partner is Satish. So he should be given compensation by the remaining partner Nitish. We are not using gain ratio. Only the entire amount will be the compensation given by Nitish to Satish. So the entry would be Nitish capital account data to Satish capital account. Similarly, now you have completed with the adjustment with regard to retirement. Okay, so there is only one partner, Nitish. Now Naresh is joining the firm. At the time of joining the firm, at the time of admitting Naresh, Naresh has to give compensation to Nitish. Okay, so what is the entry we are going to pass here? Naresh's capital account data to Nitish's capital account. Before you read this chapter or these adjustments, once again go through the adjustments which we have seen in the first and second chapter with regard to goodwill, so that you can understand this one easily. Okay, so this is regarding the goodwill treatment. Then let's see other adjustments given in the question. It was agreed that enough money should be introduced to enable Satish to be paid out. So Satish is the retiring partner and they have decided to completely pay off at the time of retirement. They are not considering anything as loan. If 1 lakh has to be paid, it will be paid immediately at the time of retirement to Satish. Like that, okay? And to leave thereafter 10,000 as working capital. Okay, they want to leave 10,000 cash by way of working capital. So Satish should be paid off completely and they want to also maintain 10,000 as the working capital. Nitish and Naresh, the partners in the new firm, were to provide such sums as would make their capitals proportion to the share of profits. What are their profits in the future? 2:1, 2:1 ratio. So in that ratio, they have to provide the capital of the new firm. Satish agreed to make, the retiring partner agreed to make a loan to Naresh, the new partner, by way of transferring from his capital account half of the amount which Naresh had to provide. So this adjustment means that at the time of retirement of Satish, Naresh is joining the firm. If Naresh does not have enough money, Satish has agreed to transfer some amount from his capital account to the capital account of the new partner Naresh by way of transferring from his capital account to the capital account of Naresh. Okay, and that sum is equal to half. If Naresh, the new partner, has to bring in 50,000, out of which 50% of that is 25,000 will be transferred from retiring partner's capital account. Only remaining 25,000 has to be introduced by new partner. So you will understand that. Let us show the working note with regard to capital. It is stated that we have to provide 10,000 cash as a working capital and we have to pay off Satish, and the capital should be provided in the ratio which is equal to their new profit sharing ratio. So we are going to calculate now what is the capital of the future firm, where Nitish and Naresh are the partners. So you have to write here all those assets and liabilities which you write in the balance sheet after all these adjustments, okay, because you are writing the assets and liabilities of the new firm after the retirement of Satish and after Naresh is admitted. So what is the formula we use for capital? You have seen this formula right from your PUC. Capital is equal to assets minus liabilities. So we are using the same formula here. We are going to list out all the assets which we show in the balance sheet of new firm. Cash at bank, how much we have decided to provide for as a working capital? 10,000. Coming to datas, there is no adjustment. What is the amount of datas they have given here? 16,100. We have to take same 16,100. Coming to furniture, also same amount will be written, 14,200. But buildings, you have to write the revalued figure. How much? 24,000. Goodwill is not there because it is completely written off. So cash 10,000, data 16,100, furniture 14,200, buildings 24,000. From this total assets, we are going to deduct the outside liability. So there is only one liability, that is sundry liabilities, 9,800. Okay, let me show you the capital adjustment working note. Cash at bank, datas, furniture and buildings. From this total we are going to deduct the liabilities, that is sundry liabilities, 9,800. We are getting capital of 54,500. So this is the capital of the new firm. It is given that the new partners, the partners in the new firm, Nitish and Naresh, have decided to provide this capital in proportion to their profit sharing ratio. Profit sharing ratio is what? 2:1. So first partner Nitish will provide 54,500 into 2 by 3, which comes to 36,333, and Naresh will provide 54,500 into 1 by 3, which comes to 18,167. Okay, so these are going to be the closing capital balances when you prepare the partners capital account. Now you have come to know that Naresh, the new partner, has to introduce 18,167 towards his capital. Along with that, he has to also give compensation to the remaining partner Nitish. How much he has to give compensation? 7,333. So in total, what is the total amount he has to bring in? 18,167 towards capital, 7,333 towards his share of goodwill, which will be given as a compensation. 25,500 is the total amount which Naresh had to contribute, but out of which 50% he is going to bring and remaining 50% will be transferred from retiring partner Satish's capital account. That was their agreement. Okay, so what is the 50% amount here? 12,750. So 12,750 will be provided or brought in by Naresh. At the same time, 12,750 remaining amount will be transferred from Satish to Naresh's account. Okay, so this is regarding the working note. So now anyway we have completed with the revaluation account. We have come to know what is the revaluation profit. Now let's see how to prepare the part. Now while preparing the partners capital account, as usual, first we are going to write the opening capital balances of the old partners by balance brought down. Who are the old partners? Satish and Nitish. Okay, what was their capital given in the balance sheet? 34,000 and 28,200. So Naresh dash. After this, we have to check if there is any general reserve or any other kind of accumulated reserve, profit and loss account, debit or credit balance given in the balance sheet. But in this case, they have not given. So directly we are going to transfer the revaluation result. In this case, we had revaluation profit. So you have to write by revaluation account. By revaluation account. For the first partner 1,650 and for the second partner also 1,650 and last partner dash. After this, we have to show the adjustment with regard to goodwill. There are 3 adjustments and all the 3 adjustments with regard to goodwill are relating to partners capital account. All of them we have to show in the partners capital account. Now coming to the first adjustment, for writing of the existing goodwill, what was the entry we have passed here? Satish's capital account data, Nitesh's capital account data to goodwill account. So in the capital account here, only one part of the transaction should be recorded. The other part of this transaction should appear in the goodwill, which we are not preparing. So in the debit side, we have to write to goodwill account. The amount should be written in the old partner's capital account. Satish 5,000 and Nitesh 5,000. Okay, so this is the first adjustment entry for writing of the existing goodwill. Then the second one will be for adjusting the retiring partner share of revalued goodwill. What is the entry we have passed here? Nitish's capital account data to Satish's capital account. So in the credit side here, we need to write by Nitish's capital account, but the amount will be written in Satish's column because he should be given the compensation. How much? 11,000. Okay. Then the other part of the transaction, you have to write in the debit side to Satish's capital account, but the amount will be written in Nitish's column. He is the one who is giving compensation of 11,000. So second adjustment is also over. Now coming to the third adjustment, that is with regard to new partner share of revalued goodwill. The entry here is Naresh's capital account data to Nitish's capital account. So in the credit side here, you have to write by Naresh's capital account. You have to write the amount in whose column? Nitish's column. Amount is 7,333. Then the other part of the transaction, in the debit side you have to write to Nitish's capital account, but the amount will be written in Naresh's column 7,333. Okay. After this, we have to see what is the adjustment with regard to capital. Here in the working note, we have already calculated what is the capital of the new firm and how it is going to be shared between the new partners, that is Nitish and Naresh. I will show you the adjustment here. The total capital by way of applying the formula assets minus liabilities, we got 54,500, which is divided between Nitish and Naresh according to their profit sharing ratio of 2:1. So Nitish should maintain 36,333 and Naresh should maintain 18,167. Then the amount which Naresh should provide, 18,167 towards the capital plus his share of his share of goodwill, which he is giving as a compensation to the remaining partner Nitish, total amount out of which 50% is provided by the retiring partner and remaining 50% he has to bring in. So these adjustments we have to show now. First, let's write the closing capital balances. Okay, you leave some space here, then write to balance carried down. So we are writing the closing capital balances of the partners of the new firm, Nitish and Naresh. The first partner has to maintain 36,333. Nitish has to maintain 36,333 and Naresh has to maintain 18,167. Now you can calculate what is the amount which new partner has to bring in. 18,167 the capital which he has to maintain for the future, and 7,333 the compensation which he has given to the remaining partner. So total amount comes to 25,500, out of which 50%. So if the entire amount has to be brought in, you would have written here 25,500 by bank account. But it is not like that. Out of 50%, we are going to transfer it from the retiring partners column. Okay, retiring partner is who? Satish. So the entry here would be Satish's capital account data to Naresh capital account. Okay, I will write here by Satish's capital account. You can write here 50% of amount transferred. If the amount is brought in, entire amount 25,500, you would have written by bank account. But the entire amount is not brought in cash, 50% is transferred. So instead of writing bank account, for the 50% you are writing by Satish's capital account. How much you have to transfer here? 12,750. You have to now write the other part of the transaction. Satish's capital account data, to whom you have given to whose account you have transferred? Naresh. So you have to write here to Naresh's capital account. At the time of retirement, he is giving 12,750 to the new partner, 12,750. Okay. So the remaining amount the new partner has to bring in. So let us calculate that later on. Now let us close the retiring partners column. If you see the credit side, that credit side total comes to 46,650. Let us write the same total here, 46,650. When you deduct this goodwill written off amount and this 12,750 which is transferred, you will have a balance of 28,900. So this is the final balance left out in Satish's column, which will be paid off in cash. So you have to write to bank account. In the bracket you can write final balance paid off. Final balance paid off, okay, which is balancing figure. Then in case of other partners, as we have written here, the closing capital balance, you can check which side is more. Obviously it is the debit side which is more. Coming to Nitish, the total of debit side is 52,333 and here it is 25,500. Same total will be written here, 52,333 and 25,500. okay. After this we are going to close the account of other partners to see whether there is surplus and deficit. As the total of debit side is more, obviously there will be shortage itself. In the Nitish column we get difference of 15,150 and Naresh column we get the remaining 50%, 12,750. So these balances represent that there is shortage in the capital balances of Nitish and Naresh, which they have to bring in. So you have to write by bank account being, or you can write being cash brought in, being cash brought in balancing figure. Okay, so this is how we have to prepare the capital account at the time of admission cum retirement. So you have to follow the same sequence, then you will not have any confusion. First you have to write the opening capital balance, then you have to write the reserves if any, then revaluation result, then with regard to goodwill for writing off, then for the goodwill adjustment with regard to retirement, then goodwill adjustment with regard to admission. Then you have to see the capital adjustment. If the retiring partner is giving any amount to the admitting partner, then he should be given the amount from the retiring partner's column. So you have to write that, okay, by way of transferring from retiring partner's column to the new partner's column. Okay, after this we have to write what is the closing capital balances which we calculate in the working note. Then we will have what is the balance shortage in their capital account which they have to bring in. Okay, then let's prepare the bank account. We are going to prepare the bank account. In the bank account, as usual, first we are going to write what is the opening balance, that is 11,000, two balance brought down. Then for the amount which is paid to the retiring partner at the time of retirement by Satish, what is the entry we have passed there? Satish capital account data to bank account. So here you have to write by Satish capital account 28,900. Then when the partners in the new firm, Nitish and Naresh, brought in their deficit amount or shortage amount in their capital account, what is the entry we passed there? Bank account data to Nitish capital account 15,150 to Naresh capital account 12,750. So when you do this adjustment to the bank account, the closing balance will be 10,000. It should be 10,000 because they decided to maintain the working capital to the extent of 10,000. After this, we are going to prepare the balance sheet of Nitish and Naresh as on 1/4/2015. Cash at bank as usual 10,000, the same closing balance. Datas, there is no adjustment, 16,100. Furniture 14,200. Buildings, you have to add the increased amount and write the revalued figure 24,000. On the liability side, capitals, the closing capital balances of Nitish and Naresh, which we have calculated, 36,333 and 18,167. That should be written, and sundry liabilities. When you write all these assets and liabilities, the balance sheet will tally at 64,300. So these are the procedures to be followed at the time of admission cum retirement, nothing but retirement cum admission. You have to first show the adjustments with regard to retirement. After that, you have to show the adjustments with regard to admission. So you please solve this question once again in your notebook so that you can understand it very well. So let us take a few more questions in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.